hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play beat the clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play beat the clock.
Now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you'll come back over here with me, we'll renew an acquaintance of last week and find out again a gentleman who I'm sure has sore stomach muscles tonight. Mr. and Mrs. Ned Shady, is it?
Shady.
Shady, S-C-H-A-D-E, of Oxford, Connecticut. Welcome back, and let's have a welcome from our audience, too. Ned, nice to have you here again. Now, let me see. You have 3 children, right?
That's right, and they're watching the program tonight.
Oh,
down in
golly.
Oxford.
And you are a school principal, too, aren't you?
That's right.
What about the school kids? They know about this, too?
Well, I think just about every boy and girl from Oxford is watching tonight. And during the week, they've been sort of giving me the needle, and if I don't do this trick, I think I'd better move out of town.
No, you don't have to move out of town. Just give all the kids a week off, that's all. How about that, kids, if you're watching, huh? Yeah, a week off. All right. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Shady. Let's see, how are those children of yours broken up? Did you have 2 girls and a boy, or what?
No, we 2 boys and 1 girl.
2 boys and 1 girl. I have 2 girls and a boy. Hey, stick around after the show. Maybe we can work a deal. How about that, all right? Incidentally, the bonus is worth $700 tonight. Wasn't got last week, so it'll be tried again tonight, and whoever gets it could be you, can be anybody, whenever the bell rings. It'll be worth $700. It's strictly on a bonus cash basis. Well, now, the reason I said he might have sore stomach muscles tonight was because of what he had to do practicing his study. It started when time ran out, and it had to do with a little transfer of books on his feet. So, Ned, you and your missus, come on over. Let's see how well you practice this at home on the $200 clock. Now, there you are. There's your same pillow again. You can just stretch right out on the floor again the way you were last week. And, Mrs. Shady, you just stand right about where you were, just about there. I think it was, wasn't it? Maybe it was a little closer. There, just about like that. That's it. Thank you, Madeline, very much. And here are the 3 books. And you remember, but I'll explain again for our audience who may not have seen it, that Mr. Shady is going to put both feet up in the air. Show them how, Mr. Shady. You can put them down right away. Mr. Shady is going to put a book on that foot. He's going to transfer it to that foot, and then 1 book at a time until he has all 3 books stacked up on the far foot. That's what he has to do. How is the stomach, by the way?
Kind of sore.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be. Let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds to do it with all 3 books. There you are. Do them in any order in which you wish. Are you ready? Go. Stop the clock. Very well done. Well, that's the break you get, you know. When you get a chance to take one of those home and practice it, sometimes we have some of the most fantastic apparatus. We say to the people, you can go home and practice it. How are we going to get something like that to work with? You just had your legs to work with. Might have done that tummy pretty good there, you know. Gee, kids, I'm awful sorry. No week's vacation. I'm real sorry about that. Mr. Miss Shady, I want to make sure. Now, you have 2 boys and a girl. Did we give them the truck and dolls last week?
You mentioned it.
Well, you shall have them tonight before you leave, in case they're watching and checking up on you. Want them to know they're going to get them. All right, now you're up to the big jackpot clock. And Mr. Shady, of course, as you probably know, tradition-wise, you're no part of this one. You can't help it anyway, but you can hold those real good thoughts for your lovely wife. If you'll step back over there, sir. Mrs. Shady, if you'll step up on this platform at the far end down there, turn around and face the audience there, and don't turn back. Just face right out there. That's it. And don't turn back and look until I tell you to again. In back of you now is our famous jackpot board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism, and they're all out of order. Now, you can move them around on that board until you get them back in order, and they spell out the saying or quotation we're after. All this in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Don't press it. It'll just stay there. It'll stay. Don't have to press it. Okay, stop the clock. Birds of a feather will flock together. You're right, and you've beaten our jackpot clock. Come on back in there. I didn't see the birds of kids for that, don't you? That's the idea. All right, now, the Shadys have come back and gone out victorious. And again, I say, kids, I'm sorry, no vacation, but let's see what the Shadys have won. Just take a look over here.
It's the 1954 Sylvania Stratford with a 21-inch screen and the great new Photo Power chassis for photographically clear pictures in even the most distant reception areas. And, of course, the Stratford has halo light for the greatest eye comfort in all television. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Shady. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Congratulations to you, too. Awfully glad you came back, and glad you won. Good night. Just those kids for me. Well, say, all right, let's bring out our next contestants, Roxanne, if you will. Hey, boy, we got a big family here, haven't we, huh?
Bud, I'd like to meet first. This is Mike, Pat, and Barbara.
Boy.
And Mr. and Mrs. Michael Chard from Trenton, New Jersey.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. Made you kind of run on that. Hello, Shards. Welcome from our audience. How are you, Mrs. Chard? Mike, how are you? Hi, goodness. I want to tell you, when Roxanne started introducing them and said Mike and then Pat, if she'd said Cynthia next, I'd have fallen in a heap, because that's my family's name. I have a Michael. He's the youngest, just like you. Come on out here, Mike. Let's you and I have a little chat, boy. How are you, huh? Are you fine, huh? You like bow ties, don't you? I do, too. I usually wear one on Saturday. Your dad's got one on, too. Maybe it's just as well I didn't wear one.
He's fine.
Yeah, I do, too. I do, too. Tell me, what does your daddy do for a living, Mike? You don't know what he does? Does he work? Tell me, what would you like to be when you grow up? Would you like to be a cowboy or a policeman?
Policeman.
A policeman. I kind of thought that. Well, a policeman's job is a very reputable one, and one that you have to have a lot of courage and strength. Are you brave? You walk in dark rooms alone? Well, good boy. I'm glad to hear it. Michael, this is a little something we have for you. We'll have a fresh one backstage for you, but here's one of our Sylvania trucks, and there's a little motor in there. See, a little model of a motor, and the doors open and close. It has the double wheels in the back. You get one of those backstage right after the show. Okay with you? Meantime, you can look at that one. Now, this is Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. Come on over here, honey. Oh, you're Patsy. That's right. It's Cynthia that was left out. My third in my family, my second girl, is Cynthia. My oldest is Pat. Pat, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
You're 9, are you? What grade are you in school?
5th.
Who knocked your tooth out?
Nobody.
Not your brother Michael, did he?
No.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. You like school, honey?
Yes.
That's good. You play with dolls still?
Yes.
Do you? How about your sister? Does she play with them, too?
Yeah.
Come on over here, sis. What's your name?
Barbara Chard.
You're Barbara. Hey, don't run away. Come on, Pat. You stay out here. How old are you, Barbara?
I'm 12 and a half.
Are you? What would you like to be when you grow up, dear?
Well, I'd like to be a private secretary.
Would you? Well, I hope you get a good boss. That's all I got to say. You want to be a private secretary, too?
Yes.
Hey, you got a couple of secretaries here you didn't know about, Mike. All right, now, for you, while your brother Mike is playing with that, I'm going to have Roxanne bring out a Roxanne doll and show you what it's like to be a couple of these back there for you. Oh, there they are, both right now. Look at there. Look, they have little cameras, you see, the little camera flashes. Look at that. See there? And they walk, too, and Roxanne will show you backstage how they walk. Meantime, you take these Roxanne dolls and get a little acquainted. You're very welcome. Mike, you get your truck. How do you like that one? Is that all right? Huh? You're having a good deal with that, aren't you? Let's talk to Mom and Pop now. You're a cabinet maker, Mike. Is that it? I see. Well, now, we have a little problem for you, and as a matter of fact, you're going to take it easy on the $100 clock, and it's something for the whole family. Girls, would you mind putting the dolls down back there for just a minute? Just lie them down. They'll be all right. If they stand, they may fall. Wouldn't want them to do that. That's it. All right, now, all of you come over here. The whole kit and caboodle. Come on, Mike. Come on over here with me. You're going to let Daddy sit down in this chair. Mike Sr., you sit down there, will you? That's the idea. And, Mom, suppose you come over on this side. We'll let the kids work on that side. Now, tell you a little story. Pop has been working at his cabinet-making job, you see, and he cut himself. Oh, he cut himself all over quite badly. He couldn't get anybody to come and take care of him. So you are going to bandage Daddy up. Now, I got a little bandage for you, Mike. There's a little bandage for you. Here's a bandage for you, Patsy. And Barbara, here's one for you. And Mom, here's one for you. Now, you can bandage Daddy anywhere you want to, just as long as you use up all of the bandage that you have. So bandage fast and bandage something big, you know, all around him, around his legs and his feet. And, Mom, you might work on his head there, you know. That's something good there. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. When you finish your bandaging, grab a piece of that adhesive there, stick it on so the bandage will stay. Okay, Pop?
Okay.
Any last words?
Let him go.
Just let him go. All right, are you ready? Go. Come on, kids. Wrap it around Daddy. Here, you wrap it around his finger. Here's the hand. Here, come on. Wrap it right around. I'll give you. Just wrap it around this. Come on, you take it. Wrap it right around. That's it. That's it, boy. Just put it right under his arm. Here, hurry up. That's the idea. Sure. Unroll it. Put it around his face, too. That's it. Get a piece of adhesive here. Here you are. Here, get a piece of adhesive right there. No. Get a piece of adhesive. Stick this one on first here. Come on. That's the idea. Help the girls. Hey, Mike's all through. Get a piece of adhesive. That's it. Come on, get a piece of adhesive. Hurry up, Mike. Come on, Mike. Here you are, boy. Put it right on there. Stick it right on there. That's the boy. All right, stop the clock. Mike, look at Daddy. We're going to take a picture of this. Now, Roxanne, come out, one of those Sylvania bulbs with a blue dot for sure shot. Take a picture of the family if you can. Get Daddy anyway in there. That's the idea. We'll try to have that for you after. And I'll tell you what, Betty. Oh, hey, the bonus. You get to try the bonus. All right, will you take Pop off and get him out of his bed? That's the idea. Okay. Well, how about that? Thank you very much, Madeline. What'd you say?
My heart.
Your heart? What's the matter with it?
Beaten.
It's going potato. I know what you mean. All right, thank you, Madeline, very much. All right, now.
Just get my breath. I can do this.
All right, you just take your breath now. I won't rush you a bit. You just calm down a little bit now. You feel all right? You've seen the stunt. You know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much it's worth tonight?
I think $700
is what it's worth. And all you have to do, for those who may not have seen it, is you have to wind up with this one on that. Don't shake now. Don't shake. Just calm down. Calm down. And the other one must wind up on that one. You have them both there. We'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. But you have to do it independently of each other. In other words, you can't use this one to help that, and so forth.
Can I touch it like this?
No, that you can't do. Not at all. And anyway, each one is completely individual, all on its own. Let them hang there and stop them from swinging so there won't be any handicaps to you if we can help it. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 50 seconds. Are you calm down now?
I guess.
All right, are you ready? Go. Lift it up. Take it easy. Take it easy. The only advice I can give you is take it easy. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. Keep that one high so you have slack so it doesn't pull it off. That's it. Stop it. Swing and then take it easy. Don't try to rush it. You can't do it fast. Take it easy. Take it easy. Easy. Fit it right against the button. That's the girl. Take it easy. Slow. Lift that up. The clock beat you, but a good try. A real good try, Chard. Oh, Mom didn't lose anything by that. That just would have been a plus. You still go right on and move up to the next clock. As a matter of fact, where's your daddy? Oh, hey, I'll bet I know where he is. Let's go look, shall we? Come on over here with me. Come on, all of you. Come on. Bring Daddy out. I think I know where he is. Hey, look at where Daddy is. Come on, bring him out here now. Roll him out. That's it. There we are. Now, kids, you can stay right here and watch it if you want to. Stand right back in here. That's the idea. Mom, you come up. You got to work in this now. Thank you very much, Betty. What happened to Madeline? She was in here before. What happened to her? Now, here we have one of these grocery clerk grabbers. You know, you've seen them. You grab things off a shelf with it. You can grab Michael's nose with it like that and things like that. Now, here we have a whole series of dishes that have a lot of whipped cream on them. Now, the bottom of each dish has a hole in it. Now, what you have to do is pick up these dishes one by one. Pick up the first one, the second, in that order, starting from here, and turn them over this peg here until you make a ringer. Get a ringer with any one of those. We'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. Start with this one, and you must keep on trying until you get one over there. You must do the entire operation with this. You hold it, one hand there, one hand, and one hand down there. That's the idea. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. You have 45 seconds. Are you ready? Mike, don't you want to come over here and watch this? Come on. You don't want to watch it? Come on, boy. Are you ready? Go. Ooh. here a minute. I want to find out something now. What did you think of that, Mike? Did you like that? You did? Did you like to see your daddy get whipped cream in his face? Yeah. How about it, girls? Did you enjoy it, too? I bet you were just saying it. All the way down here, I hope you get whipped cream in your face, were you? I thought so. All right, now, girls and son, you got to be careful now and help Mom just by thinking good thoughts. You can't call out the answer even if you know it. Mom is going to step back now and try our jackpot board. If you step right up on that platform, the far end, way down there, if you will, and face our audience until I tell you what's behind you. Behind you now is our jackpot board with all the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all out of order. Got to move them around on that board till they're back in order, all in 20 seconds. Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Stop the clock. The owl and the pussycat went to sea, and Mom is right. Beat our jackpot clock. How about that? Run, give Mom a hug there. I think she deserves it, don't you? Oh, well, you did a fine job. A clean sweep for the Chard family. You've beaten our jackpot clock. Now, let's see. What'd you say?
Come on.
Does that come off? Well, I'll tell you something. It never has, but 5 minutes after you get it, I'll bet it will. So don't you worry about it. Let's take a look and see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Again, Sylvania presents the Stratford, one of its great TV line for 54, with such exclusive features as the photo power chassis for photographically clear pictures in all areas, and halo light, which surrounds this 21-inch screen for the most comfortable viewing you've ever experienced. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Chard. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
My congratulations to you, too. Goodbye, girls. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye, Mike. Goodbye. Be a good boy. Oh, dear, that was wonderful. You run out there, you'll find Pop all cleaned up backstage. You may not like him as well, but there he'll be. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Now, Bud, we have Sergeant and Mrs. Arthur Cannon from New Orleans.
Cannon, that's a name for an Army man, isn't it? Welcome, and a welcome from our audience, too. Hi, Mrs. Cannon. Hello, Sergeant. How are you? Nice to have you here. See, we put your wife in fatigues there, didn't we, huh? How long you been in the Army, Art? 7 years. They call you Art? Arthur? Just what do you like to be called? You don't care. What does he like to be called?
Art.
Art. Well, that's what it is then. And how long married?
7 years today.
Today is your anniversary? Well, many, many happy returns, too. You have nothing but happiness all the rest of your life, Art. That's wonderful. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. And you have a little girl. Yes. How old is she?
She's 4 years
Oh, well, she gets a Roxanne doll. We'll have it for you right after the show. I know she'll be glad, and so will you. Now, Miss Cannon, Mrs. Cannon, both of you, before we try your stunt, let's try your powers of observation. Well, Sergeant and Mrs. Cannon, we don't often start our contestants off on an easy basis like this, but we've prepared a couple of beds for you. If you both come over here, you can just stretch out and have a good time while I'm telling you about your stunt on the $100 clock. Miss Cannon, there's yours right over here. Art, you just stretch out on this one here, and I'll just lean over the heads of the beds and chat with you now. Boy, Army life was never like that, was it?
No, sir.
You have mattresses like that in the Army?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. All right, now let me tell you what this is all about. Your mattress is very comfortable, I'm sure, and so is yours. We have found out, though, after a series of experiments, that this mattress is really more comfortable on this bed spring, and that mattress is more comfortable on this one. Now, when I say go, you must each remain on your own mattress at all times, but you and your mattress must get over onto this spring, and you and your mattress must get over onto that one. When you've got them stretched out on the other beds and are stretched out lying down there, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Now, after either one of you have got your mattress over on the other bed and spread out the way it ought to be, you can then help the other if you wanted to finish up, but you can't help each other before that. Do you understand? You understand what you have to do now? You may not get off your mattress at any time. You must remain on top of it at all times. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go! There's the old big beds. Oh, I tell you what I like best about it is saying what you have to do and looking the looks of impossibility that come on your face. You say, well, we can't do this. Okay, now we have a little game for you. If you can slip quickly into those sneakers, I think you'll feel better about it. I don't know whether you will or not, but I kind of think you will. I know they're too big for you, but just slip them on quickly, and that's the idea. If you want to bring the other one over with you, that's it. Let your husband help you. This has to do with playing a little game of getting some cups up on a shelf. If you get 6 cups up on the shelf, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. Show you why it might be tough. Come on over here with me, if you will. This, of course, is on the $200 clock. Must look like I was talking to nothing over there. You were both hidden down behind the stand. Now, here you see a whole row of cups, you see? If you'll step over to one side so that the audience can see, too. Right over there, too, if you will. So I'd stand with your pretty wife. That's it. Now, these cups, what I want you to do is to alternate. Your wife first runs in, picks up a cup, puts it on the shelf, and gets out of the way again. Then you run in, pick up a cup, put it on the shelf, and get out of the way again. See? Now, you're looking at what you got to get out of the way of, because I'm going to show you right now. And if you get hit at any time, you must stop, and we have to start the whole thing over again. So be sure you don't get hit. Get hit by what? Watch. Here we go. Old Mr. Bobo is going to be swinging. Now, don't start it yet. Just want to show you what it's going to be. All right, now, we'll hold Mr. Bobo over there. You and your wife get out here in front. Now, I don't care how you do it. I don't care how close you stand, but do it one at a time. You first, then your wife, then you, then your wife, and keep doing it until you get 6 cups up on that shelf. Got it? 6 cups must be standing on that shelf. I'll take a look at the clock, tell you how many seconds you have. You have 55 seconds. Are you ready? Go. No, you got to do it all in one move. Got to do it in the same move. All right, I'll let that one stand. Oh, your wife goes next. All right, hold it. We're a little confused here now. You must pick it up, put it up, and get away before you get hit. All in one move, and you have to do one, then your wife has to do one. Then you, then your wife. Back and forth. Got the idea? He's got a system worked out there. Okay, ready to try again? We leave with the 1 cup. Go. Hurry up now, don't waste any time. Woo! Sorry, we got hit by the Bobo. All right, hold it off here. We'll have to take the cup. Oh, the cup went down by itself. All right, are you ready? Go. Hurry up now, quick, get it up there and get away. That's the girl. Get away. That's it. All right, we're going to take them all down again. Start over again. Here we go. Okay. Here you go. All right, now, wait a minute. You ready? Go. Hurry up, boy. Get it up. That's it. Come on, quick. All right. Now, quick. Hurry up. Quick. Keep going. All right. Hurry up. Do it all in one move. Hurry up. That's it. Like there's quite a trick to those things, you know. You have to kind of work out. That's why we put you in sneakers, and I guess you're glad we did now, aren't you? You got to really move around. We didn't want you to slip. As a matter of fact, what comes next is really no trick at all.
They call me Hop.
All right, Sergeant, Miss Cannon, hope you had a chance to catch your breath. Now, of course, you get to try for the jackpot clock, and that is entirely your doing, Miss Cannon. Incidentally, you said you have one little girl. You told me a story about it. I wish you'd tell the audience what it... Oh, golly, our time is up. Well, I still think you can tell us that. What?
A little German girl that we adopted while we were stationed in Germany.
You adopted a little German girl while you were stationed in Germany. I think you should be getting an extra round of applause for that. Wonderful. All right, now, can you come back next week? All right, you'll be our first contestant. You get to try the jackpot clock, and good luck to you at that time. Right now, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
Goodson-Todman production. Produced in association with the CBS television network. Roxanne's Dress by Larry Oldham. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.